Japan Airlines is one of the best airlines in the entire world, so today I'm going to be taking a business class flight in what they call Skysuite on a 9-hour daytime flight.
Alright, it's time for JAL International Business Class. We're flying 9 hours on a 787-9 again in JAL Business Class. It's time to head inside and check in because we do not have a boarding pass for this first flight, and also check in the suitcase. So let's head inside to the airport before going to the lounge. Alright, check-in complete, and now it's time to go through to security and board that flight.
And luckily security was reasonably fast, so we were able to get through without any issues, so now we can head straight to the lounge. Starting things off with the classic OJ and champagne. And there also was a jar of pretzels and cookies. And as for more substantial food, there were pastries like croissants and also muffins. And in this fridge there were some beers, and there was also some more juices.
That was a pretty good lounge at Qantas. I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. And there was tons of seating options, there was good views. So the hot chocolate was extremely sweet for my liking, and the food selection was just kind of mediocre. It's now time to head to gate 9 to board the Dreamliner 9.
So I made it to gate 9 and our 787 was here on the stand, so I got my boarding pass scanned and I made my way down the jet bridge and onto the plane. So I made my way onto the plane and through the cabin towards my seat where I was sitting for this flight. First up, let's just have a look at all the amenities laying already on our seat, which we will check out very soon. And I literally wasn't even seated for a minute before I was brought my pre-departure beverage.
It's good orange juice.
Finally, time to start exploring the seat. Starting things off with the comfort of the seat, and it's really comfortable, and it should be because it's business class. And there also was an adjustable headrest with wing flaps. In the cubby next to the seat, there was a waist bag, and also the safety card because this aircraft is a Boeing. And the seat controls. And on the side table we were all given a complimentary bottle of water, as well as our amenity kit, and also a menu. And then pull in these two buttons and you can find a small storage area with a mirror. And under that you have all the ports, including headphone jack, USB and a full-size port. Turning attention to the overhead panel, there was only a reading light, but no air conditioning, which is disappointing to see. Next to the seat you'll find the standard IFE remote, and you have to control a screen by this. More on that later. And from my suite there was only one window and it was so far away from me. And here are the seat controls. But it was now 8:23 in the morning, and finally we began pushing back from the gate to start taxiing. For today's flight I'm going to be flying 9 hours from Sydney to Tokyo. And after making it to the runway it was time for takeoff.
Okay, now that we're in the air, let's talk amenities. They gave us a pillow, which is a really nice pillow. Some slippers. A blanket. There's also a duvet in the overhead lockers too. Though I'm not going to sleep on this flight because it is a daytime flight, and tonight I have a flight that leaves at 20 past midnight. There's also some headphones, which I do find a little disappointing because they are the same headphones you get in premium economy, which is slightly disappointing. And also an amenity kit, so we'll go through this. We have a pocket tissue. Does anyone know what this is? I don't know what to use this for. charging cable too, which is pretty nice. And this comes up to do USB-C as well, so that's really good. And there's also earplugs as well. Of course there are hot towels, which makes a lovely touch to the experience.
So if you couldn't guess by the hot towels, the meal service was about to begin, so I pulled out the tray table, which was a solid size, but it also pulled closer to me, which is nice to see. And the crew came and placed my tablecloth. And to start off the meal service today, I got olives, nuts, and a ginger ale. And now my main course came out with all of these side dishes, but the main one was fish, and it was one of the best airplane meals I have ever had in my entire life. Now if you want to turn the seat into a bed, you should lower the armrest. It'll make your bed wider, and also it has to be lowered for takeoff and landing. But now I looked out the window and realized we were flying over the Great Barrier Reef. So now I wanted to check out bed mode, and honestly the bed was pretty wide, which was nice to see. And as for the foot, well, there was enough space to move around in there, which was good. And now I decided to order a soup from the a la carte menu. And straight after finishing the soup, I ordered a bowl of fruits. And now I decided to get another ginger ale.
Okay, so I was just having a little bit of a nap because I didn't get much sleep last night, and I ordered another dish, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna actually get it or not. We'll see. Yeah, but I stopped having my nap because we do have a night, because this is a daytime flight, and tonight we have a flight that leaves at 20 past midnight to go home, so that flight I absolutely must sleep on. So there's still about 3 hours and 48 minutes left of this flight, so hopefully the rest of the flight is just as good.
And yes, I did end up getting my meal, which was miso soup and a plate of rice. So back to the remote, you have to pick what show you want to watch on here, and then you have to press play on big screen. So now you're probably wondering, what do I actually think of JAL Skysuite? Well, between the seat, food and service, I'd have to say that JAL Skysuite is a really good option to fly on. However, for a daytime flight, I would not recommend it, considering this seat can cost up to £4,000 on this route that I took. So for a daytime flight, I would recommend flying in premium economy. So as this 9-hour flight came to a close, we approached Tokyo and at last came in for landing.